and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable Zoological Republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile Chukwu okike abịa onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwedo n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọbụla anyị aka ike niile na ọbadịrị aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikpere anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbagba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna n'ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọbụla anyị a na-azọpụta onye ọbụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Somebody wrote a letter. It's called the Nigerian Lesson. This is in the Times of London. As I repeat, Times of London, Wednesday, July 15, 1998. Somebody kindly sent it to me, and I'll read it so that the whole world may hear. This is from Sir Peter Smithers. He's a knight of the realm. The proper Sir, not the Sir you have in the zoo. These are the proper, these are the knights of the realm of the British Empire. Now listen. Sir, I'm now reading verbatim the letter written by Sir Peter Smithers to the Times newspaper of London. Listen, sir, during the negotiations for the independence of Nigeria, the view of the Secretary of State at that time, with which I agreed, was that in Nigeria, we should attempt to put together a large and powerful state with ample material resources which will play a leading part in the affairs of the continent and of the world. This was attractive, but it involved forcing several different ethnic and cultural groups into a single political structure. The negotiations were complex and very difficult. The chief problem, as I recall or I remember, relating significantly to the control of the police and of the military. Listen carefully, please. In the retrospect of 40 years, it is clear that this was a grave mistake, which has cost many lives and will probably continue to do so. It would have been better to establish several smaller states in a free trade area. Even some British people realized after 40 years of failed experiment called Nigeria. Sir Peter Smithers, who worked in the zoo colonial desk, he is writing, we wanted to build a country that is so big that we can control, more or less. And that very big country, our problem then was who to give the police and the army to. And they gave it to Fulani. The man is now saying, with hindsight, after 40 years, many people, he wrote this thing in 1998, not 2020, 1998. This white man knew that Fulanis were using army and police to kill people in 1998. He said after 40 years of this experiment called Zoo, Nigeria, that they created, that it is a mistake. White man is a mistake. Now, he said we should have gone for small states. Now, this goes back to Aburi conference. Our people should be able to reason. This was the reason why Britain said no to Aburi. Because Aburi was about confederation. Ojukwu went to Aburi, agreed confederation, came back home in Enugu, and go and launched a war. Instead of implementing that Aburi, that would have allowed smaller nations to emerge, but in a free trade zone called Nigeria. Gowon said no because British told him to say no. Because Britain wanted a large country that has influence in Africa that they can control. But to achieve that control, they needed to place the military and the police in the hands of the Janjaweed, Fulani, Miyetiala. And that was what they did. And that is why we are suffering till today. This man said people are dying. Let me continue.
Thank you for joining wherever you're joining me. See, I played this video to remind you of where we are coming from and what we are supposed to do. That was our student Nnamdi speaking. How we got where we are today and what we are going to do to free from what is taking over us. The contraption called Nigeria, there is no doubt that people who are in that contraption are not one people. Different people with different belief, with different ethnicity have been brought together in that contraption called Nigeria to serve British purpose. The purpose of putting that contraption called Nigeria together is not to serve the indigenous people in that very contraption, not to serve the Igbos, not to serve the Yorubas, not to serve the Hausas, not to serve the Middle Belters. It is to serve British. Their intention of bringing every tribe together, to merge them together as one country called Nigeria, one company called Nigeria, is for their own selfish interest, not for the interest of the people. And Mazi Nnamdi have made it clear to us to understand. A Briton confessed about that. A Briton confessed about that very issue. You can hear in the broadcast of Mazi Nnamdi that a Briton confessed of the forceful merging together of different people from different ethnic groups. People who doesn't have anything in common. Not because they agree to be together. Not because they want to be together. But they were forced together to serve British purpose. And that is the genesis of the problem you are seeing in the contraption called Nigeria today. The genesis of the problem you are seeing in the contraption called Nigeria today is Britain forcing people who have different ideology, people who doesn't have anything in common. You put them together without their own consent. They were forced together without their consent. And you see a Briton confessing about it. And at the end of the day, they regretted it that was done. And they are talking about it that today, Nigeria cannot strive. They did not stop there. They handed over Nigeria to the Fulani Caliphate through the military. They make sure that the military is in their hand. And today, that is why they are manipulating everything in the contraption. There's nothing you can do in the contraption called Nigeria without the consent of the Caliphate, the Fulanese. The Fulanese remain in charge. It doesn't matter who becomes the governor. It doesn't matter who becomes the president. It doesn't matter who you vote in. Fulani will continue to run the affairs of the country. Britain will continue to run the affairs through the Fulanese. That is why everything that Fulani bring to the table, Britain will support. Because the Fulanese are ready to remain slaves for the rest of their life. Remember, when Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe and Awolowo were fighting for independence, Tafawa Balewa was not ready. He said they were not ready. They were not ready for independence. He said it directly, they were not ready. But Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe decided that they have to wait for them to join. And they end up in convincing them to join the struggle for independence. Even when they know that these people are not ready. And these people were called by Britain to use an instrument. And Britain forced them and advised them to believe, advised them to join the struggle so that they can hand them over the contraption called Nigeria. And that's what they've done. That is exactly what they did. They handed over the contraption called Nigeria into the hand of the Janjaweed. And today, they are still running the affairs. They are still running the affairs. Sometimes you see people blaming the 1966 coup, saying that that was the starting of the problem. That is not the starting of the problem. The coup they call Igbo coup is not even Igbo coup. That revolution was not the starting of the problem. The problem has been there from amalgamation. The problem has been there. The problem has been there from amalgamation. These people never believe that the South and the North are the same. They never ever believe that the South and North are the same. And even up to today, they know and they believe that we're not the same. That is why they are trying everything possible to oppress the South They are oppressing the South. In every law you see in Nigeria is an oppression to the South. Even when you see them talking, when you see the leaders from the northern part of Nigeria speaking, they speak with so much hatred. They speak with so much hatred. They are not treating the people from the South as if they are part of the country. No. They are not treating people in the South as if they are part of themselves. They don't treat them like that. It's only people in the South that accept the Northerners. The people in the South are the ones that open their hands and accept them and treat them as equal people, as human. But for them, they do not treat people from the southern part of Nigeria as human. Mainly people in Biafra land, they don't treat us as human. That is why they made us third-class citizens. That is why a Northern will commit a crime. He will not be held charged for the crime. But a Southern will commit the same crime. Before you know it, he's in jail. He's rotten in jail. Look at when they talk about corruption. The whole people they are probing on corruption. Go and check the list of people they are probing on corruption. Mostly from the southern part of Nigeria. And if they happen to take somebody from the north, it must be a Christian. When a northern does something, it is right. He will go free with it. But when a southern do something, before you finish committing that offense, you will be rotten in jail. Double standard. The double standard they are playing in Nigeria, it is so open that they don't hide it. Forget about the issue of Muhammadu Buhari, late Muhammadu Buhari, who came into the picture and began to do it openly without care. It has been happening. Not just it has been happening, it has been institutionalized in their constitution. The inequality in Nigeria is in their constitution. It's written in the constitution. They play it out and they make you see it every and again. In everything you do, they will make you see it. That you are not the same with them. By their actions, by their behavior, the way they treat you, the way they respond to you, you will know that they don't have any single respect for you. Most especially people from Biafra land. I laugh when some people in Biafra land even think, when we are talking about Biafra land, we are talking about the old southeastern region, the southern part of Nigeria, the southeastern part of Nigeria, and the lower Benue. These are the southeastern part of Nigeria. That is the old southeastern region. That is the Biafra land. If you are from this area and you think that Nigeria is for you, you are a living dead. If you are from Biafra land and you think that Nigeria is for you, you are a living dead because you don't know what you are doing. You don't know what you are doing. You see some people from the southern part of Nigeria, southern part of Nigeria, some people from Biafra land, they think that the attack is just against the Igbos. It is not against the Igbos. The attack from this Janjaweed, the way they treat, it's not only Igbos they are oppressing. They are oppressing every single person in Biafra land. In extension, everybody in the southern part of Nigeria. That is where the oppression comes. You will not understand until when you live in the north. If you have lived in the north, you will understand better. I have lived in the north for more than 7 years. I lived in the northern part of Nigeria for more than 7 years, and I know what I'm talking about. When they see you, you are from the southern part of Nigeria, they look at you the same way they look at you, everybody, they look at you as Inyamiri. The same thing. The same way they see an Igbo man, it's the same way they see the Edo man, the same way they see a Efik man, the same way they see a Ijo man, even to an extension, the same way they see a Yoruba man. It's very difficult before they begin to look through to see if this person is a Yoruba person. It's only when it comes to religion. When you see you, you are praying, then they will be thinking if maybe it's a Yoruba. But apart from that, once they see you in northern part of Nigeria, well-dressed, fair in complexion, you are in Yamri. And if there is any attack against the Igbos, you are gone. You are gone. They are not going to ask you any question. There has been attack on the southern part of Nigeria in the north for a very long time. You heard about the Kaduna riot. You hear about the Bauchi riot. You hear about the Yola riot. You hear about the Jos riot. All these riots you are hearing about, riot. Most of them are religious riots. The people they are killing everybody from the southern part of Nigeria. Not just the Igbos. Everybody from the southern part of Nigeria. But each time they want to bring their propaganda, they will concentrate on demonizing the Igbos. They will even make the other people, they will even make the people who are in the other region, other Biafrans, think that the attack is against Igbos alone. That is the kind of mentality they have planted into some people. That is why sometimes when you are talking about Biafra, some people think Biafra you're talking about is about Igbo. Biafra is not just Igbos. Biafra is everybody in the old southeastern region. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your tribe. We are all Biafran people. And if you don't know it, know it very well. That is how the Janjaweed see us. We are one people. The Janjaweed know it better than you do. That is why it is so heartbreaking when I say people from the southern part of Nigeria, people from Biafra land. When you talk about Biafra, they will be thinking it's just about the Igbos. It is not about the Igbos. Igbos is just a fraction of a tribe in Biafra. The only reason why you look at it, sometimes you think it's about the Igbos. Igbos are the outspoken people. They are so outspoken. They don't keep silent. They are so outspoken, and they have a larger population. Because of their population, the way they are, that is why the Janjaweed focus on them. Focus on them and push all their might and all their strength on them to press them and compress them. But will they succeed? They have never succeeded. That is why you saw Ahmadu Bello came out and say that the Igbos cannot stay down. That is the only crime they have committed. That they don't stay down when you want to press them down and suppress them and make them slave. They will never agree. They must speak. They must speak. And that attitude is in every Biafra. That attitude is not only in the Igbos. The attitude is in every Biafra because it is the same blood that is running in our vein. A German will not stay down for you. Efik man will not stay down for you. Calabar man will not stay down for you. Edo man will not stay down for you. No single Biafra you can press and let him stay. No, they can't stay down because they know whom they are. Biafrans know they are kings and princes. They can't stay down. They are kings and queens in Biafra land. They can't stay down. You can't make them a slave. You can't make them second class citizen. It doesn't matter how you try. You cannot make them that. And they don't force you. Whatever they acquire, whatever Biafran people acquire, they acquire it by sheer hard work. By sheer hard work. Talk of education. They study very hard to achieve the best degree. In business, they strive so hard. With nothing, they will turn it to be something. They apply all the strategies to make sure that things works. They are the people who can make things out of nothing. Talk of technology. They have improved so much in technology, even during the Civil War. During the Civil War, as far back as during the Civil War, when there were not even much education, Biafrans were producing what they used for the war. Biafrans were making production of some nuclear things they were using to fight for war. The things they used to fight for good 3 years, Biafrans produce it by themselves. This oil refinery you are talking about today that Nigerian government cannot refine oil, Biafrans, we are refining the oil that we are using by themselves. With little or no education. This is what the other people are scared of. This is what the Janjaweed are scared of. This is what Britain is scared of. That is why Britain would never allow Biafrans to be in charge in the contemporary Nigeria. Britain will continue to support the caliphate. Which continue to support the caliphate in every angle. It doesn't matter how dumb the person they bring to be their president, they will support the person. Because they know how intelligent the Biafrans are. They will never allow the Biafrans to come forward. They will never allow it. The battle we are fighting is not a small battle. Every hand had to be on deck. Our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has fought a good fight. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I must tell you, he has fought a good fight. If you are still there waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and free you, oh, sorry for yourself. You need to be sorry for yourself because that man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he has done a great job. He has done a great job. He has given it up. He has done more than anybody can do. He has given it a sacrifice unbelievable. He has given his life, put his life at risk for every Biafran. He gave his parents, gave his palace, left his children, left his wife, and he's fighting for you and I. Today, he's sitting in DSS because of you and I. How long shall we continue to listen? How long shall we continue to fold our hands and watch this evil continue to happen? It is high time Biafrans wake up. Every Biafran have to put their hand on deck to free our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody is going to free him except you and I. It is our responsibility because he is in captivity because of you and I. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in the hand of the enemy because of himself. It's not because of his selfish interest. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS today because of the Biafran people. Because he wants us to be free. Because he has refused to be bribed. He has refused to be talked down. He has refused to sell out. That is why they are still holding him against his will. But you see some people, Biafrans, they feel that Mazi Nnamdi doesn't deserve that praise. Some people feel that Mazi Nnamdi doesn't deserve that praise, doesn't deserve the attention that people are giving him. That is why you will begin to discourage people not to sit at home. That is why you begin to discourage people not to embark on massive civil disobedience to free Mazi Nnamdi. That is why when people talk about issues and things that will make Mazi Nnamdi free, you talk against it because of your wickedness, because of your pride, arrogance, and jealousy. Jealousy cannot take you anywhere. Your pride cannot take you anywhere. Everything that Mazi Nnamdi is today, he merited it. He worked for it. He worked for it with truthfulness. He was truthful. Very, very truthful and consistent in his word. What he says today, he says tomorrow. Wake him up at any time, he's saying the same thing. He has never sold out his word. He has never sold out the Biafran struggle for a day. He has never lied. He's always sincere with his word. And that is why today he is still standing trial for Biafra. Against all odds. Even when he can free himself, he has decided to sacrifice his own life for you and I. Saying it is Biafra or death. What are you doing as a Biafran to free Mazi Nnamdi? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself, what are you doing? The man who have given it all. The man who is ready to give his life for you today is in captivity. What are you doing to make sure that he's being free? Or are you one of those who is discouraging those who are working for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi? It is not enough to say that I want Mazi Nnamdi to be free. It is not enough to say that I am fighting for Mazi Nnamdi to be free. You have to be doing something on the ground. I know our brothers in Biafra land are doing so much. They are doing so much against all odds, against all the attack. They are doing a lot. And I applaud them. And I pray that Chukwu will continue to guide and protect them. No weapon formed or fashioned against them shall prosper. Mazi Nnamdi is fighting the right kind fight. Fighting a just cause. And every one of them can confess to that. Even the politicians can confess. You see them when they come to the convention, they say, yes, Mazi Nnamdi, what he's fighting for is right, but the way he's going about it is wrong. Every one of them, including the Ohaneze, the governor also, the human rights activists, everyone in that country called Nigeria, every one of them, when you engage them in an interview, they will tell you that what Mazi Nnamdi is fighting for is right, but the way he's going about it is wrong. But ask them, how do you want him to go about it? How do you want Mazi Nnamdi to go about it? To kneel down and begin to beg? Is that what you want? In a lawless country, you want him to begin to sue the government to the court or what? In a lawless country, a country that does not obey the rule of law, a country that does not obey their own law. You have seen what is playing out. See what is playing in their own court. Their own judge say that Mazi Nnamdi should be allowed visit on Thursday and on Monday. But since after the last court, even when the judge reminded them to give Mazi Nnamdi every of his rights, don't deny him any of his rights. Since the last court, 4 good times, Mazi Nnamdi have been denied access to people. Nobody can visit Mazi Nnamdi. Nobody knows about the state of his health. Nobody knows what is going on with Mazi Nnamdi as you are watching this video today. They have denied Mazi Nnamdi every of his rights. Is this the court you are waiting to free Mazi Nnamdi? A court that does not obey their own law. A country that does not obey their own judge, a judge that they chose by themselves. Is that the people you are expecting to have justice from? There can never be any justice in injustice. You can't get justice in injustice. It is not possible. A foundation laid on injustice and you are expecting to get justice from it. How can it happen? How? Just tell me how. How? Mazi Nnamdi have stood up, standing for his people, demanding for self-determination for his people. And he wasn't making his demand through war. He's making his demand through referendum. That is what he has been asking for. Conduct referendum. Let the people choose what they want and where they want to belong. Why is the federal government of Nigeria scared of conducting referendum? Why? Instead, they went ahead to commit international crime to go to Kenya and kidnap Mazi Nnamdi and rendition him to Nigeria. Today, they are still holding him, torturing him in DSS, committing more international crime, a British citizen, and nobody is saying anything about it. People are going about their businesses as if nothing is happening. It is sad where we have found ourselves. Today, you see people talking about Ukraine. Today, you see, even in their conventional media in Nigeria, there is no day that passes without talking about Ukraine. But there is Ukraine in Nigeria that people are not talking about. The kind of killing that is happening in Biafra land, nobody's talking about it. Biafra land have lost more people than Ukraine did. With all the attack they are having, with Russia is attacking Ukraine, Biafra land have lost more people, more than Ukraine did. Yet, there is no uproar anywhere. Nobody's talking. Even those who are representing the Biafra land, the people, politicians in Biafra land, none of them is speaking up. All the governors, none of them is speaking up. All the politicians, none of them is making a case for Biafra. Instead, they will be the ones to go and invite those criminals. They will go and invite terrorists to begin to take the life of their own people. They will be the ones supporting the terrorists to take the life of their own people. These are what we see. This is the kind of thing we are experiencing. How long shall we continue to look at that? How long shall we continue to allow such evil to continue to happen? And nobody is speaking. Nobody is speaking. A grievous crime, evil happening against the Biafran people, and nobody is talking about it. How long shall we continue to wait? How long shall we continue to tolerate this? How long shall we continue to die before people will speak? We have to wake up. It is much more clear than before that only we can fight for ourselves. Only Biafrans can free Biafra. Only Biafrans can free Mazi Nnamdi. Only Biafrans can take their own freedom in their hand. Nobody can give us freedom. Nobody. Mazi Nnamdi have been saying it for a very long time, singing it like music. And every Biafran have to know that freedom doesn't come cheap. It doesn't come cheap. Freedom doesn't come cheap. It doesn't matter how you try to play with it. It doesn't matter how you try to paint it and make it look nice to people. It can never come. It comes with sacrifice. Are you ready to pay the sacrifice? Or will you still be complaining? Because Biafran people, we are full of complaints. Full of complaints. We'll never listen to anything. Every suggestion, there must be a complaint. When you call for sit at home, they will complain. Call for sit at home on Sunday or on Monday, there will be a complaint. You call for economic sanction, there will be a complaint. You call for shutting down all the economy in the South, there will be a complaint. There is no suggestion you bring without them complaining. You don't want to make a sacrifice. Yes, you want to have your freedom. You cannot eat your cake and have it. You can't have it all. We must have to be ready to make sacrifice to take our freedom. Nobody is going to give us freedom in the matter of gold. We have to take it. We have to take our freedom. Take it from those who are denying our freedom. The devil have come to kill, to steal, and to destroy. That is what the Fulani Janjaweeds are ready to do to you and I. That is the assignment the Britain have given to them. And they are willing to do it. They are willing to do it again and again. It is high time we wake up and defend ourselves. Defend ourselves in the hand of the enemy. Defend ourselves in the hand of the evil men and women who are taking out, who are planning evil against us. As we are going on the next phase of our freedom, everybody have to put their hand on deck. It is going to take a lot of sacrifice as we are moving. There's no doubt about that. If anybody tells you that there will be a lot of sacrifice, we are going to lose more. More people will die. That is certain. But at the end, Biafra will come. At the end, our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi will be released. But it is in our hand. It is in our hand. We have to continue to make the Janjaweed government know that it is the person they are holding matters a lot. We have to continue to put the issue of Mazi Nnamdi on the front burner. Mazi Nnamdi will remain the most relevant individual in Biafra land. The most relevant. It doesn't matter how the Janjaweed government try to make him irrelevant. They will not succeed. We will not allow them to succeed. We won't. We will continue to pursue that which is right, our freedom. We will pursue it by all means possible, and that freedom must come. No matter how they try to stop us, no matter how they try to deceive us, no matter how they try to plant their hatred, plant their divisions, they will not succeed. We have been divided for a very long time. Not anymore. Every Biafran child today knows what is right. We know who is our common enemy. We know those who have made themselves enemy to the people. We didn't call them enemy, neither do we make them with them. We didn't preach the enmity. They were the ones who have made us enemy. They want to take our land by force. They want to take away our identity. They want to make sure that we don't exist. They want to take away our religion. Everything that made us whom we are, they want to take it away from us. And they're not hiding about it. They're not hiding. Every opportunity they have, they show that very wickedness. They show that very attitude they have against us. Look at our traditional dress. Isiago being outlawed in Nigeria. That he don't want to, as Mazi Nnamdi, to wear his traditional wear. Simply because he wants to wear his traditional wear. You don't want him to wear Isiago. That it offends him. But every other tribe have their traditional wear and they are wearing it. They are wearing their own. So what makes our own different? When did Isiago become an AK-47? These things are happening. But those who claim to be the custodians of the tradition in Biafra land, what are they saying? Nothing. They are not fighting. They are not doing anything. They are not even speaking on media to challenge that force, to challenge that very thing that a judge said that Mazi Nnamdi will not be allowed to wear Isiago. For what reason? Is Isiago an AK-47? May Chukwu guide and protect every one of us and give us the wisdom and knowledge to know what we are up against. The enemy that we are up against are strong. They have all the money. They have all the connection. They have all the weapons. But we have Chukwu. We have the masses and we have the land. And Chukwu will never allow us to lose any of our land to them. We will never lose any bit of our land to them, no matter how they try. No matter how they try, they will never succeed. Thank you so much for joining these programs. Thank you for sharing. If you have shared these broadcasts wherever you have shared it to, I say may Chukwu guide and protect you and bless you. Thank you for sharing. May Chukwu guide and protect every Biafran all over the world where you are. Guide and protect every Oduduwa person wherever you are. I say may Chukwu guide and protect and strengthen us. Teach us the path that we shall go. Lead us. May Chukwu guide and protect our supreme Mazi Nnamdi. Wherever Mazi Nnamdi is at this moment, may Chukwu guide and protect him, secure him, give him security, strengthen him, give him good health, so that very soon we will meet him with happiness and joy. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember, guys, bye-bye. See you again tomorrow by special grace of God.